502 paid subscribers in one day. That's what one of my clients hit last month from Instagram threads and a system we built together. Personally, we're getting over 345k views in one night, generating over 100 paid subs. And these aren't accounts with millions of followers. These are fresh accounts we built from zero, boosted from our TikTok strategy, which is covered in one of the phases when it comes to the EM systems coaching. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact Instagram Reel strategy, what's working right now in 2026 for creators and agencies. Profile setup, warm-up, content strategy, posting schedule. We will cover real iPad examples. Everything you need to start getting views and subs from Instagram. Let's switch over to the iPad. Now, when it comes to the basics, I want you to look at first profile setup. And when it comes to profile setup, why this is also the most important aspect when it comes to this is because when you're attracting audience, when you're attracting the guys to go over to your Instagram, the first thing that they're looking is how are your posts laid out, how are your highlights on your page, is there even any highlights, what kind of bio is there. So the key elements when it comes to the profile setup is this. The first step, right? We're going to go with aged accounts rather than free. Why? Is because from my experience when doing Instagram and having VAs, for example, from the Philippines, there is a lot of problems on creation when it comes to creating a new Instagram account. For example, they get banned very easily. There is problems when the account is created and then they, for example, try to create another account. They get an error on the screen, which is annoying. And with aged accounts, what I have realized the benefits of are they last longer in terms of there is no sudden suspensions of the account when it comes to ban waves or when it comes to, in general, just your Instagram accounts getting banned for no damn reason. And also what I have realized with aged accounts is that we can actually launch them faster and do more actions on those aged accounts. Because it kind of makes sense, right? If you create a fresh account from zero, nothing's on it, you have to be careful with it because it's sensitive, right? It's like with a newborn baby, okay? But if you already have an account that's been, let's say, warmed up or just used in the past, it's much more stronger. You can go through it quicker in terms of the warm-up, but in terms of the posting strategy. This is why I like to use aged accounts. Not only that, with aged accounts, what I have also seen is that there is obviously not the new feature. And what I mean about this new feature, this only, of course, only pops up on new accounts, and it's at the top of the profile picture, at the bottom, it says new, of course, only on new accounts. And what we have realized is when we actually done a comparison and a test, is we've seen a lower conversion rate with the new symbol at the top for the new accounts. Whether that's just the people don't trust the account or maybe they just get put off because they think it's a fake or a spam account, okay? That's very important. So you have your aged account. When it comes to the profile picture, I like to go with something that is not the model's selfie. What I usually do is I just use a blank color or just / non-model's face. Okay. Here, this can be an AI generated avatar, so you can play around with that. And the reason for this is because if you're running multiple accounts, what we have seen is we have gotten more flags, more suspensions, and I believe it's due to Instagram checking, okay, it's the same model's face on all these accounts. Maybe, sure, the content is all unique and not the same, but the face is. That's why we're gonna flag it with the profile picture, okay? So that's very important when it comes to this. Now, bio. Bio is where majority of the people get wrong because they've never done social media before. They don't know how to create a cute girl's Instagram. You know, we're men the majority of the time when running this agency. We have VAs that are majority male. And I see this all the time. Don't use non-ChatGPT bios. Even ideas from ChatGPT, okay? Let me tell you why. It's because this shit is still a robot, right? It's not a robot. It's not getting totally what you're trying to put inside of the bio. I want you to make the bio non-sexual. And I want the bio to at least have 3 lines, okay? Maybe something like recently moved to LA, or even we can have just LA. And then we have a soft CTA, call to action, pushing us obviously to the link, right? And what I usually have in the CTA is some type of emoji at the end or some down arrow symbol, okay? Or there is these fairy kind of symbols, these love heart kind of symbols. These give it a touch where it's actually a real creator or a real model behind this account rather than an agency managing this account, okay? Very important. Now, the most important step is when you're logging in or even creating aged or new Instagram accounts is this. Never add the new or newly created account in the ads account section. Never do this. Never. Why? What we have realized is when we use this feature by Instagram, it actually links all these Instagram accounts, what we've created, what we've used or logged in as age, together. So if we get one account banned from those, let's say 5 accounts we added into the ad account center, is they will also get banked because it actually links these 5 accounts together. So instead, what you want to do is log out each time you create or log in a new Instagram account. And then it will simply take you back to the main Instagram page and there log into the account or create the new Instagram account. What you're actually going to see is if you log out of this firstly added account, is that it will ask you to save info or not. Always save the info. And what that will do is at the main Instagram login page, all your accounts will be saved, will be on there. So it's not annoying part where you need to constantly log in, log out of these accounts, typing in the username, typing in the password. No, they will be all saved just on the main page. Okay, section 3, the warm-up phase. Majority of agencies do a warm-up page. Majority of agencies do a warm-up phase. They maybe have a 5-day warm-up phase before they start posting. Maybe they have a 14-day warm-up phase before they start posting. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter, and everyone has a different warm-up phase. What the most important element of this is human action behavior, right? And if this isn't done for at least 3 to 5 days before you start posting reels, is you're either going to get banned, flagged, or your Instagram reels are just not going to pop off, okay? Interacting with the feed on Instagram and the reels FYP is very, very important. It's very important. And what's also important about the warm-up phase, or even when you finish the warm-up phase and you start to post, is that you continuously to do the warm-up. So never stop scrolling. Before posting and after posting. 10 minutes before, 5 minutes after you post your content, you post your reels. Watch how that's going to maintain, kickstart your Instagram, or actually start getting you views from this warm-up. Now, we've actually kind of found our own warm-up way of Instagram accounts, aged accounts, and this warm-up phase is also about getting some USA male followers to the account, because I believe we need some type of audience before we start posting reels. I don't like to start new Instagram accounts from scratch. So we actually use Threads for this. And how it works is after 5 days, 6 days of warming up the FYP on Instagram, is then we create /link the Threads account. And once we have created and linked the Threads account, what we will actually see is now the FYP is similar to Instagram. So we will see the OF content. We want to see the OF models now showing up also on Threads. And what you're actually going to do now on Threads is look for creators that have between 30 to 40K followers. You're going to click on their profile and you're going to click the top right where you have the Instagram button. Then that will open their Instagram, or that will take you. You will click the top right button, which will be the Instagram button. Then it will take you from their Threads profile to their Instagram profile. And there on Instagram, whatever day you're on the warm-up, is that from that day, you go through the model's followers, you pick out 5 USA male guys to follow on, let's say, day 1 of starting this warm-up period. And it's very important you filter this, that it is only USA male guys, okay? And what you're actually going to realize about these Threads models you find, because you can just find them directly on Instagram, or we don't have to create the Threads. You can just look at Instagram Reels and just follow them directly from those OF models. But you will actually see that the Threads models are only on Threads. They don't really have any Instagram Reels. They don't really have a big Instagram following, which is perfect. That's why I said look at only Threads models that have 30 to 40K followers, because on Instagram maybe they will have 10K maximum and probably even less, 5K, 4K. That's the sweet spot, because from there they will majority have US audience and it will be easy for you to find. Now, you followed the 5 male USA guys. Then on the day 2nd, now you want to follow 10. On the day 3rd, you want to go up to 15. on the day 4, 20, day 5, 25, and then day 6, 30, and you want to follow 30 for another 3 more days. And once you're going to finish following all the threads, male guys from these models' profiles directly on Instagram, it's very important that you don't get this mixed up, is that maybe 20-30% of these guys will actually follow you back and start interacting with what you currently have on your profile page. And I'm not going to get into, you have to post 1 picture per day, 2 pictures per day. This is for you guys to figure out. And it's pretty straightforward. Human action behaviors, okay? This should tell you what I exactly mean by that, right? So they're going to be liking your stories. They're going to be liking your posts, commenting on your posts, which is perfect. This is what we want. Now, moving forward, I want to talk about the content strategy. Because this is the most important part of this video. So I'm glad you made it to this. What do we actually post on Instagram? Now, the whole point of Instagram Reels is showing the model's personality, in my opinion. Her natural energy, her vibe, and that's what the guys will mostly like. Of course, the sex appeal, the sexuality comes at the end of it. But if you have a penguin just doing like this, shaking, let's say the penguin has boobs, and shaking the boobs, but like standing like this, then they're just gonna scroll past it. But if it's a penguin doing some moves or maybe talking to the camera with the boobs there, that now is intriguing. Who is she? Wow, I like the way she speaks, The charisma, the character is amazing. I really can relate to this girl. I like this girl. And once we get to that stage, it's very simple. The guys just subscribe, okay? So I want you to find 5 to 10 similar models to your model. And I want you to study them. I want you to see what this model does well, what you can take from her, what you would change from her and put it to your model. And why exactly are you also looking at this model? Is it because she has brunette hair, but maybe she doesn't have the body? I wouldn't look at that model. You have to find models that are, let's say, identical to your model. And I don't want you to copy these 5 to 10 models in terms of their content. Never copy. It's just looking at ideas, okay? You're just getting inspiration. You're seeing what's possible for your model, because now you have a pool of 5 to 10 models that are similar, and maybe you can take this idea from this model but change it in your way, okay? And what's very important when it comes to the content, if it's possible, film inside of the app. Why that is the case is because Instagram likes it. All the platforms like it. If you edit using Instagram or edits, if you post, if you film inside of the Instagram app and you post, of course, when the video is filmed immediately, then maybe you don't see it at the very start that there is a boost, that there is an improvement, in more engagement, more boosts, more views from that video, but it works, and that's my advice to you. Now, actually about content, okay? So easy content ideas that we can film, we can copy is, for example, model has a friend that can film ideas with, the videos with. Model has maybe a boyfriend, the model has a friend, and someone is recording the model, and the model is stuck in the washing machine, okay? This is one idea. And what I exactly mean about this idea is she's stuck in the washing machine, she's wearing some very tight shorts, and she's screaming, "Help, help, I'm stuck." And whoever is filming has a reaction. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's up? And then when the guy or the person filming gets close to the creator stuck in the washing machine, has a reaction of, "Oh, not this again," or "Oh," and pulls out the model out the washing machine, and the model smiles. The model has a reaction of, "I wanted you to do that. Like, yeah, like I was stuck on purpose. So actually maybe you fuck me in this position whilst being stuck in the washing machine, rather, but you just took me out," okay? So that's one easy idea that you can film. English level doesn't have to be perfect. You can film this with your Argentinian salary creators. And I hate to break it to you, it takes 2 minutes maximum, 3 minutes maximum to film. It's not that she's jumping from a roof and then she's doing a James Bond double flip into a trampoline, okay? No. Another example is the banana example, okay? The model has a banana in her hand, and the banana is, of course, open, unpeeled, and she is just, let's say, sucking this banana. And someone else also is filming this, and whoever is filming this video is kind of like sneaking up on her, so she's not realizing that she is getting filmed. And then once she realizes that she is getting filmed, she has a reaction like, "Oh my God, she's being caught," because she's sucking on the banana, you know, maybe she's embarrassed. Have that reaction from the model. And then immediately once the model reacts or realizes that she is being filmed, the guy or whoever is filming says, what are you doing?" And then she immediately breaks the banana and, "Oh, nothing, just cutting the banana," or, "Oh, just eating the banana," and she actually bites the banana in half and eats it, right? This is also a very easy, very basic Instagram idea that has personally worked very, very well for us 2 weeks ago, okay? Now, we talked about profile setup, we talked about warm-up, we talked about content strategies. I want to talk about boosting, okay? Because in my opinion, boosting an Instagram reel, boosting a post is very important, but people get it wrong majority of the times. Is they boost an Instagram post or an Instagram reel from the very beginning, where they have literally no engagement on their account and wonder why it flops, or they just boost for not enough days and not enough budget in terms of the ad running every single day, okay? So my ideal boosts looks like this. I have been posting consistently for 7 to 14 days now. I have gotten a video over 2 to 5K views organically. It's very important. If you don't get this in your 7, 14 days of posting, then don't boost this account. Because what this means, this 2 to 5K views, is that Instagram, let's say, is starting to like your content, has rewarded you a little bit, sent your video to the For You page, but of course you're not quite there yet. It's because maybe it's a new account, okay? So, how the boost looks like is I run it for 7 days, and I run it on a reel that has gotten over this amount of views organically. And for 7 days, I boost one of these reels, and I do the boost inside of the Instagram app. I don't use Meta Ads Manager business suite, etc. That's for a different type of strategy, which we can cover in another video. And when I run this ad for 7 days, I spend $50 every single day. And it's very basic in terms of setting up this ad. You just want to target USA, UK, minimum age 25, and then plus to, let's say, 60. And targeting, of course, only male. Now, what you're going to see when you run this ad on this reel is it will probably go viral, but you might not get any subscribers from it. You might not expect, something crazy from it, but that's okay. We're not looking for subscribers from this. If we were looking for subscribers, we would obviously run a Meta Business Suite account and do more in-depth targeting when it comes to the ad. This is purely to just get audience to the account for your next up-and-coming reels that you post. So now what you're going to see is you have all these people coming to that new account, and they're just getting, they're obviously coming from that one reel, and from your new reels, they're organic reels, and they'll immediately get pushed out to the FYP because of that one reel that's being run by the ad, which is the best strategy that I have ever done in my life. It saves us time because now we can go viral faster, and it saves us effort because now the model doesn't have to, or we don't have to trial and error a load of content to see when we will go viral or if it will go viral. Once we see that initial spark of 2 to 5K views, we are in the green zone of now starting the boosting strategy. Let me show you some real results now. So Philip, who hit 502 paid subscribers in 1 day, Instagram Threads. This was the system we built together. Check this out.
Hey lads, my name is Philip. I joined EM Systems a while back. During this time, I hit a new milestone with my agency, which was 502 paid subscribers in a single day. We covered Instagram Reels and Threads, and obviously the strategies that Emil gave. Before this, I was pulling a decent amount of subs for a specific model, and I didn't think it was possible because she wasn't very good in terms of the looks, but the system and the ideas and the structure just made sense. So definitely the investment paid back.
Another client went from 200 views per reel to now averaging 40 to 60 views, hitting viral videos every single week. It's not luck. This is the EM system. So that's the full Instagram Reel strategy that's working right now in 2026. Aged accounts, proper profile setup, a warm-up strategy that uses threads, which you probably did not know of, content that matches your model's personality, 2 to 3 reels per day is a sweet spot, batch filming, and boosting when you hit 2K views the right way. If your model can say hi in English and film 10 to 15 short clips in an hour, you can make this work. If you want help in implementing this, I do work with agencies through my coaching. Of course, I run also a Telegram channel, which the link is going to be down in the description, so you can DM me on there. I'll see you on the next one.